I know y'all saw 5150 this week.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, because I watch 5150 every week.
We know.
Yes, I'm a huge Corey Holcomb fan.
We know.
And
we can tell.
Your boy.
Yeah, this was a little unique this week.
The Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels situation has gotten worse since the last time we covered it.
I don't do no sucking shit. No sucking shit on me.
I'm from Detroit.
Say I suck a dick again.
I'm right here, right now. Phone right down, right now. I'm going up. Hey, I don't give a fuck about this shit. I'm doing this shit for the internet.
I'll show you I ain't doing it for the internet.
Ain't no, cause you ain't gonna do. Cause you're not gonna do.
Come at me with that dick sucking again.
You're not gonna
come at me with. Say I suck again.
We can go out back right now. We can go out back right now. I'm with it.
I bet you won't say this.
We can go out back.
You know by now that this argument started and they almost came to blows because Anton Daniels said that Corey Holcomb be sucking black people's D in a conversation about holding your own people accountable. Corey Holcomb says Anton Daniels only speak badly about black people and don't address white people at all. Anton Daniels said that Corey Holcomb only speak highly of black people and he be sucking their D. That got, Corey Holcomb very upset. Anton Daniels, to his credit, didn't back down. Corey Holcomb ultimately chose to be mature and not get violent with Anton Daniels during the podcast. But Anton Daniels' actions after this podcast has made Corey Holcomb regret not being violent with Anton.
Right here, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
That was like this.
Yeah.
He was holding the microphone like this. That's
okay.
That's the honest to God on everything.
So Corey Holcomb was shaking in his boots, terrified of Anton Daniels. I got it.
I know people don't know this, but that's what I do. I don't talk about it online. I shoot fair ones all the time.
Anton, bro. Yeah, I blame Corey Holcomb, man. A square catch, 1W, man. They start acting outside their box.
Let me be very clear. I want to be very, very clear. I want you to hear it from me directly. I would have beat the shit out of Corey.
Corey Holcomb really created a monster, bro. But the nastiest part about this all is Anton saying that he did this for Black MAGA.
Free media says, thank you for standing tall for black conservative men. Oh yeah, they think they think that just because we Republican and we conservative that we
Crazy how squares switch up so fast.
So that was a shout out to Poetic Flacco, just basically recapping what's been going on this week from the 5150 show to afterwards with Anton Daniels going to various podcasts explaining his side of the story and I guess talking his shit.
Can I point out the moment in the conversation?
Go for it.
Where my boy say he was from, and any
He's
nigga
from
moment,
Detroit.
You gotta point out what city you're from, so moment is about to take place.
So it was Chicago and Detroit.
But man, they need to stop.
No, he need to stop. Anton need to stop.
They
you
both need
coming
to
on
stop.
somebody else podcast. You being disrespectful. You telling another man you about sucking D, like that's fighting words. But I give hold on. I give Corey credit because if a say that in my face, I would have smacked the shit out of him. But straight up, real talk.
Who are you? Did he suck?
That's not the point though. That's disrespectful, man. And
we on ass.
It don't matter. We on my platform.
So one disrespect doesn't matter about the disrespect.
No,
then.
he disrespect. You on my podcast.
He said he was kissing ass. That's
Kissing
not disrespectful.
ass and sucking D are two different.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I mean, we can't. We
is it
can't
disrespect.
No, that you telling another man to suck another man's private
he didn't
part.
Say to suck another,
yeah, he did. He said you suck. He said you.
Community.
Hey, listen. He said you sucking wood. That's fighting words. And if Corey did good, because if that was me, I'll lay hands on that man.
I'm from Detroit.
Say I suck a dick.
I'm right here, right now.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Before I even watched this, I thought it was like even because everybody on the internet was like, "No, it was about even." Like half of the people were saying Anton, didn't, Anton won it. Other half were saying Corey won it. But in terms of the man-to-man conflict, yeah, that was a clear W. Corey took that. That was a clear W.
You're not coming on my. You're not coming on my.
He did not say anything about he was sucking anybody's D particularly.
Regardless, you don't say those phrases in that manner to no man
Especially
at all.
during a spirited debate.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, I don't care how you cut it. That disrespect means I'm putting hands on you.
In the context of what they were talking, he didn't say that whatchamacallit was sucking a particular person.
It don't matter because he didn't say, he
mad
put a
for
name
what?
on it.
You get mad for what?
He ain't got to put a name on it. The fact that he said about he's telling another man to suck another man's part.
He didn't say a man. He said the black community. So what are you getting mad about? He said
you're
the
being
of the black
disrespectful
community.
on my platform, and we supposed to have a spirited debate. You got mad over what? You made it. You're changing the content of engagement. Number one, and you went from being respectful to disrespectful. 2 violations. I mean, Corey did good because if that was me, yeah, I would have touched him. Real talk.
I grew up around like this.
Like who?
Oh, bruh.
Corey or Anton?
Both actually.
Both.
Because it's two-sided. One is y'all, like Branson said, this is just moment because y'all both have platforms. Y'all are, I don't know if y'all are, icons to people or whatever, but y'all both have platforms that people look up to y'all for doing the things that y'all do. Whether you agree with them or not. But it was more so the you invite somebody a private part. He didn't do that, so that's where the confusion comes in that. Because I grew up around. As soon as you say fellatio,
yourself offended.
It's
yourself
combat.
offended.
Like I grew up around people like that. God bodies, mind you. You know what I mean? Like you don't utter those phrases to a man unless you're ready to fight.
Exactly.
Bro, Anton broke the code. Anton broke the code. And then to top it all off, he's gonna turn around and say, I shitted on you, didn't I? He violated. What he said, he's not allowed to have an opinion about Corey's response.
Oh, I know, but he didn't say fellatio to me or to him or nothing in particular. He just like, yo.
You just wanted to get offended.
The type of things you do is like fellatio. But he didn't say to me or to, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Again, y'all sit here because he didn't say you something.
No, we're not in our teens anymore. Like that's why I'm trying to say that's the biggest thing.
In context.
Like
everything is in context.
I grew up around people like this.
Contents.
I grew up around people like this. You know what I mean? Like that's a jailhouse mind state on top of everything else. You know what I mean? Like you can get offended, you can get pissed off. Everything doesn't deserve a fight.
We're not just disagreeing anymore. We're trying to survive using different operating systems. On one hand, you got one group that thinks if we don't explain the system enough, we're lying. And then you have another group that thinks if we don't stop explaining the system, we'll never grow. So I watched Corey and Anton clash, and I felt that tension in my chest because I lived on both sides of that fence already.
That's why I said I commend him for not doing so because he wanted to put hands on.
Yeah, of course,
he wanted to.
But if he's processing what he's saying,
what are you getting upset about?
Not even. I mean, yeah, you can get upset about it, but
it's plenty of reason to get upset about because again, you're on his platform.
So what?
Y'all, no.
So what?
It's still. I don't care.
They just had what you call it on Cam. Natalie Nunn was just on Cam's podcast doing the same thing, trying to be disrespectful.
It's not so what because you have a brand, you got people that follows you and looks up to you. So it's not it's not a simple.
Okay, so listen.
What.
So listen to this. Hold on. So if you have a brand, represent your brand. That doesn't mean you getting out of character.
Just making a bigger scene for nothing.
Say what?
Okay? You just making a bigger scene.
I'm not
for
making
nothing.
a big scene.
No, I'm not
making a big
about
scene.
You. But listen, he's like, get up out the way, move up out the way. Like you're making a bigger scene for nothing. If you're not going to,
how so? When he's on his platform, he's showing out on his shit.
I can't knock him.
We don't know.
He's showing out on.
We don't know if they did it to get the algorithm. People plan things sometimes and stuff like that.
Okay,
like
the
whole context of it was he didn't invite you to nobody's private parts. That's not what he said. He took it like that. Like Buddha said, he didn't process what he was saying to him. He didn't say that
because you don't even tiptoe play around that concept at all. You don't.
As disrespectful as both
only
of them,
if you're trying to be disrespectful.
And he was being disrespectful.
But is this not? Are they not on a podcast? Like either way you look at it, every podcast is not a cosign and this, a cosign that a hanky dory affair, yo. Like that shit is crazy.
Okay, so again,
people go to voice differences. Now, if you get offended because somebody voiced an opinion that you don't agree with, you shouldn't be podcasting.
Okay, but it wasn't an opinion though. But go ahead.
Okay, well, first, shout out to the chat. We got some comments in the chat. Now, Hershey Goddess says, Hit Dog will holler. He sounds like a real D sucker. So she's talking about Corey. And Tito9395 says, for me, Corey dragged it on way too long. You said what you said. Let's move on because Anton stopped. Now, I disagree with you there because Anton didn't stop. I feel like Corey voiced his opinion about, hey, I don't do that, and that's when Anton tried to boss up.
Kept going. Like he
let you know he was offended,
and like cool out. You kept going. So by that time, what you trying to do now?
Well, now it's a
you challenging me. I'm letting you know, like I don't play that shit.
Feel he challenged you, so you come over there and challenge him, and now it's a what?
I mean, again,
a pissing match.
It's a what?
Again,
it's a pissing match.
Oh, well, guess what? I mean, hey, those of us who,
those of us what?
Those of us who has lines that you don't cross that shit. You can say what you got to say without being disrespectful. I'm sorry.
That is true.
Maybe you will tolerate somebody disrespecting you, but we can have a disagreement all day. You're not disrespecting me. We're not doing that.
We've been living in a culture where black masculinity has been defined by everybody except black men. Everybody from the media, academia, women, politicians, hip-hop, religion, activists. That's why on one hand, I can understand Corey. That's why when I used to hear a black person critiquing other black people without context, my first thought would be, who are you talking to? And then on the other hand, I got where Anton was coming from too. Because context, too much of it can become a drug. You know, the kind that feels good, but it keeps you frozen in place.
If you ain't that type of dude or woman, if you ain't ready for that energy, don't fake that shit, because some women don't play that shit. Some of us has rules of engagement that we don't tolerate. Simple. And if a person comes out and say, hey, listen, I'm not feeling that what you saying, and you basically saying what you saying, ha 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 ha, okay, and I gotta do what I gotta do.
That's a jailhouse mentality.
Well, call it what you want to call it. Call it what you want to call it.
I was disappointed personally because I actually wanted to see the debate between them. I was a little disappointed that it got to that point where it couldn't progress, and I wanted to see them discuss other issues. But
yeah, because they got so emotional and so caught up in some words. I mean, and they both talk shit. Like, that's the main thing.
That's
they
their
both
thing.
talk
That's
shit.
their thing.
So now somebody found a way to get somebody so pissed off, so enraged, that now you can't format your thoughts. You're so
like Dove
pissed
said,
off.
now I'm missing out on what
could have been a great conversation or a great debate, whatever.
Yeah. But I also feel like that's not a topic Corey really should have covered, the Minnesota issue, just because I think Corey probably should have needed his partner Craig there to help out with some of the facts.
Probably would have jumped him if Craig was there.
Yeah, I know.
Craig would have.
Craig
would have smashed. Craig would have busted his ass. He would have. As soon as he invited to the man, Craig would have did something to him.
Yeah. So I mean, Craig would have been good for the debate aspect, but he would have been bad for the confrontation.
Exactly, because Craig would have done something.
That's what I'm thinking. So,
and crazy, and is we keeping it real or not, man? All this lying and projecting and deflection and all that other stuff, it ain't gonna work, man. If you don't get your beatboxing whining, your ZZ whining looking ass the fuck up out of here. God, the Holy Ghost. God, the Holy Ghost. Amazing grace, sweet. Shut your take in a lot of air, built ass up. What's going on with you and Fleecis Johnson, huh?
I think he cute, for real. But
me?
Yeah.
Not me.
Not in that look.
Not me.
If you was locked up, yeah. And we was locked up, I would talk to you.
Yeah, I'm a little just disappointed it went that far left, but I also feel like, Anton started with the trolling. He was the one. I don't think his ass invokes that response that Anton gave of of sucking D.
Right.
To me, that's where things went off the
Went
rails.
way left.
And I also felt like once Corey corrected him and checked him that first time, nothing else really needed to be said.
he felt the dig was
too deep.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, before he switched seats, you know, he let Anton know, I don't play that.
Okay.
And Anton was the one who kept pushing it.
He's a troll.
Okay, so
okay,
trolling goes bad sometimes.
I don't do that. And
Nobody
then
said
just-
it didn't.
just keep
Nobody said
going.
it didn't. Nobody said
troll
it doesn't.
niggas sometimes gonna cost you. Might cost you a little bit, might cost you a lot, but it's gonna cost you.
But my thing is this: Anton had paid security with him, so I was like, "You're refraining from all fair ones.
Exactly.
If you're paying for armed
You know
security.
you ain't shit popping off. So now you really faking.
So are both of them faking? Because
I believe
Corey got lawsuits.
I really Corey would have put hands on his ass. Corey, he's that street. He don't give a fuck about that shit.
Okay, I'm just. I think both of them were pump faking. The opportunity was there.
Anton pump. If you got security right there and they're paid to protect your ass, yeah, that pump faking. Because I'm sure.
You know, if security's there paid to protect his ass, what are you doing then?
Well, you still. You still not gonna let nobody punk you on your own shit. I'm sorry. You might let somebody do it, but the average nigga doing that shit. Paid security or not, you're not coming on my set being disrespectful.
Well,
Especially if I say to you in a calm manner,
So-
hey, I don't play that shit. Don't do that, and you may say F you.
shoot.
Go for it.
So now, I just want to make sure I understand. So because he said that particular phrase, now he punked him. Now he's being punked.
You know, there's always somebody gonna say, a segment of people gonna say, "Oh, you punked you on your shit."
It's not just
ego.
It don't matter. Let's don't act like egos don't play. Let's don't act like egos don't have no.
How did you get punked?
How you?
How do people look
How
at
is
you
that
differently?
punking
Like
you?
how
What
are
I'm
you getting
what,
punked?
listen to what I just said. There going to be a segment of people where we agree with it or not will see that and say, you let that punked you. They're gonna it's gonna think like that. All right. People who's not thinking clearly on the tracks. You know it just as well everybody else.
And that's
know
why
it.
we don't listen to that segment.
Well, guess what? A lot of them have voices
That's why-
just as loud as people that's just.
And that's
have
why
reason.
we have the problems we have, because those voices are just as loud when we need to try to silence them and keep them quiet.
don't.
And keep people.
They don't.
Have people keep level heads. That's what we need to do. Everything, we can't fight every situation.
I still don't see that as being punked.
You don't see it because you're mature. You're not in that space. Okay, you got a segment of ain't mature. They gonna be like, you let that punk you.
Thank God for growth and maturity.
That's all.